What's up, YouTube? It's JackalGoldKick, and in this video, I'm going to be giving my thoughts on Taylor Swift. So, in preparation for this thoughts video on Taylor Swift, I checked out a good amount of her music, mainly two albums of hers. I checked out her album Lover, and then I checked out another album by her called Reputation. And then I also listened to various songs from various projects of hers. Now, how I found out about Taylor Swift was actually through the Kanye West controversy. Back in 2009, I had heard that Kanye West interrupted her at the VMAs and took her mic. So that's how I first heard and found out about Taylor Swift. Now, back then and even now, I think Kanye West was in the wrong for what he did. He was a douchebag for that. Now, when it comes to Taylor Swift's music, what I think of it, I think she is an all right singer. She's not one of the best singers I ever heard, but I don't think she's one of the worst singers ever either. And I don't think she has like a distinctive, like out of this world, blow you away singing voice, but I think her singing voice is all right for what it is. I also think it's cool that she does play musical instruments and she can play instruments. That's a good thing as well. She also co-writes some of her songs, so that's good as well. She's not 100% having ghostwriters and stuff like that. And I do like some of her songs. One of the songs I like by her is Cruel Summer. I think that's the best song she's made. If I had to pick, that's my favorite song by her. I really enjoyed Cruel Summer. I think the instrumentals on there are great. I think that song has some of her best singing I've heard. I like the chorus on there. I like the lyrics. I like the overall sound of that song. I also really like this kind of electronic voice you hear in the background of that song. I think that's a really cool effect. So I like that song. I think that's a phenomenal song she did. Another song I like of hers is Lover. I think that's a pretty good song as well. I like the chorus on there, I like the instrumental, I like the lyrics. I like that song overall. That's a pretty solid track too. But that's really all the songs I like by Taylor Swift. Only two. I guess another one I could throw in here is the rap thing she did with T-Pain, which was like a rap type parody where she was trying to make a rap song. Can't remember the title exactly. It's Thug something. I think that was a good song. I guess I could throw that in here too. That appeals to me because I'm a huge rap fan. So that was pretty cool. But other than that, that's about all I can say in terms of praise for her songs, because most of her music I listened to and checked out, I was not a fan of any of it, and I wasn't feeling most of Taylor Swift's music. Because first of all, the first real big issue with Taylor Swift, and I've heard this said about her from other people, and I can see why they say this. Her subject matter is very repetitive and very limited, and she does not have a lot of topic variety in her music. Almost every song I listened to from her and the two albums I listened to was all about breakups, relationships, and men. That's literally all the subject matter was. There's only like two songs I can think of where she doesn't talk about that. The song Shake It Off is more about haters, and then the song with T-Pain wasn't really about breakups and relationships. But for the most part, she has the exact same subject matter in most of her music, and that's not a good thing. It's like you have an all right singing voice, you co-write some of your songs, you can play some instruments, but when it comes to your subject matter and topics, you have no variety. You talk about the same thing over and over again. And I think that's a huge issue with her music because that was one of the reasons I wasn't really enjoying those albums and most of her music was because of the repetitive subject matter. So she needs to have variety in her subject matter. And I don't know how she isn't bored of talking about the same subject matter either. Because, for example, me as a YouTuber making videos, eventually I get bored of making a certain type of videos. Like the rapper rants I used to do, I just got bored of doing them all the time. So I'm just surprised she hasn't gotten bored of talking about that exact same subject matter all the time. And also, I feel like most of her music is just very bland, and a lot of it was just boring to listen to. It doesn't really stand out. It doesn't really sound distinctive, and a lot of it just kind of connects together in terms of all kind of sounding the same, you know? I feel like a lot of her music was just lacking distinctiveness. A lot of songs felt like they were the same as others, and I just wasn't enjoying most of her music because of the repetitive subject matter. A lot of it just sounded bland, and I didn't really enjoy a lot of it, really. And most of her music just really isn't for me. It's not my cup of tea. It's not my style, really. I think if she had more songs like Cruel Summer and Lover, then I think I would like her music a lot more. Because she really nailed it with the song Cruel Summer. I feel like that song had some type of distinctiveness to it. It had something going for it for me, especially the electronic voice in the background, but most of her music is just boring and bland in my opinion. And she's one of the biggest artists of all time. She's very popular. She's all over the TV, she's all over the media, she's all over the radio. And I think she's an overrated artist, honestly. She doesn't really have music that's all that or phenomenal. You know, someone like Michael Jackson or Prince or Eminem, I could understand their popularity. I could understand why they're so huge because they've made groundbreaking music and they just really stand out, especially in their prime days. But with Taylor Swift, I don't really see that. I don't see like phenomenal, groundbreaking music or something that really stands out or something that's just phenomenal. So I do think she's overrated. I put her in the same category as Skylar Grey. She's a lot like Skylar Grey, where they have very all right singing voices, but they're not the most distinctive singing voices, and they don't really make all of that phenomenal great music. They only have a few alright songs. There's other female artists and female singers that I would rather listen to that I would put over Taylor Swift. Like, I would put Fergie over Taylor Swift, the glamorous and clumsy songs. Those are the only songs I know from her, but I'd rather listen to those songs. I'd put those over Taylor Swift. I would put Alicia Keys over Taylor Swift on a song like New Day with 50 Cent and Dr. Dre. I would put Beyonce over Taylor Swift. I don't listen to her like that, but from the songs I've heard from her, I would put her over Taylor Swift. I think she has a lot more, enjoyment and distinctiveness to her music. I would say the same thing with even Rihanna. I really liked her on the song Monster with Eminem. I would put her over Taylor Swift. Or like an artist that's very unknown that I recommend people check out is Maggie Rose. I don't know a whole lot of songs by her, but I love her song Too Young. That's a great country song, really good. I would put something like that over Taylor Swift. I don't know everything by Shiloh, but I really like her song Operator. I would put that over Taylor Swift. So yeah, overall, my thoughts on Taylor Swift is I think she's just an ant artist. Besides like three songs that I can give praise for and her having an all right singing voice and being able to play instruments and co-writing her songs, I don't think she's all that as a musician. Don't care for most of her music. I find most of it bland and boring. A lot of it doesn't really stand out. She definitely is overrated because I don't think she's that phenomenal of a music artist. And she has very repetitive subject matter and she lacks topic variety. So that's what I think of Taylor Swift overall. That's all I gotta say in this video, and let me know what you think of Taylor Swift in the comments below. Peace out.